following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Welcome to the Morgan Man Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Stacy Morgan. Here on the Morgan Man Sports Podcast, we talk Atlanta Falcons news, pre-game predictions, and all other news surrounding the Atlanta Falcons.
Touchdown, Atlanta!
Also on the podcast, we talk Call of Duty League, esports, covering Roster Mania, major predictions, COD champs, player trades, and much more to get you ready for every single CDL weekend.
Scuff goes through, and Scuff snaps, wins the one-on-one in optic with the reverse sweep.
If that sounds good with you, put on your Falcons jersey, grab your gaming headset, and let's get this show started. What is going on, you guys? I'm your host, Stacy Morgan, and you are listening to the Morgan Man Sports Podcast here on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about the Tennessee Titans visiting the Atlanta Falcons for preseason Week 2 action. That will be hosted at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this Friday, August 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern. So without any further delay, let's go to get straight into today's action. So like I said at the top of the intro, ladies and gentlemen, this Friday, August 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is today when you are hearing this podcast, but it's, of course, a little bit before 7 p.m. Eastern, the Tennessee Titans will be facing off against the Atlanta Falcons in preseason Week 2 action. And honestly, I'm looking forward to it, forward to seeing how this defense is going to perform, but the eyes are on the offense, okay? The offense underperformed last week. I know we had that tragic injury from the Detroit Lions. But other than that, everything looked really solid on the defense. There were some highlights on offense as well, but the offense just was not clicking for a Zach Robinson offense that I'm used to. And so definitely the offense needs to be worked on this week, moving forward, and then hopefully in Week 3, when we face off against the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium, we can capitalize on both sides of the ball and totally dominate the Dallas Cowboys. But this week, we got the Tennessee Titans visiting the Atlanta Falcons at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and the Titans are favored to win this game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just quite shocked, honestly, about it. Did open up as a minus 3.5 point favorite, but now it's moved up to a minus 4.5 point favorite in favor of Tennessee. Moneyline did open up as a minus 175, but current is a minus 228 at a 60% public bets. Atlanta, if you are curious, was a plus 150. Now it's a plus 188. And the total over and under is sitting at a 35.5, with a 93% public bet that this game will go over 38.5 points. Me personally, I do like that stat right there. I see both of these defenses really holding each other, but at the same time, both these offenses really need to set things up. So when it comes to the Titans offense, they rank 30th in the NFL overall, 26th while passing, and 24th while running the ball. So their offense is struggling, just like the Atlanta Falcons offense is struggling during the preseason. Again, yes, it is preseason. These stats really don't count, but I'm still providing them for entertainment purposes right here. And while the Falcons offense is 28th in the National Football League, so we are 2 spots higher. 18th while passing the ball, so definitely like seeing that, and 32nd while running the ball. So compared to the Titans offense, I mean, yes, we got a better passer rating, but when it comes to running the ball, we are pretty much dead last in the NFL when it comes to preseason rushing yards. So definitely, I like our chances against the Titans. compared to, what their defense can do. So let's just see what our defense compared to their defense. So the Falcons' defense is 7th in the National Football League for preseason stats, 8th while passing, and 15th while running the ball, or against the run, excuse me. So that's definitely huge right there for the Atlanta Falcons. But also, I do want to quickly mention this now. When we had Dan Quinn in this era, and Jeff Ulbrich was a part of this defense was pretty much daggum near unstoppable. Like, the opposing offense couldn't even freaking move without a defender down their throat. So take this preseason with a grain of salt with a Jeff Ulbrich-led defense. Hopefully it results into like this in the regular season with the starters, like you're going up against a Myles Garrett, whoever. Because if you could do that well on defense, the Falcons will automatically be a top 5, heck, even first place defense in the National Football League. So while the Titans defense, you're looking at a kind of a rough patch for the Titans defense. So they're kind of struggling all over the sides of the ball. Yes, they got a better looking defense, but they are 21st overall in the National Football preseason, 11th while against the pass, and 31st against the run. So this Falcons offense, they definitely need to capitalize heavily on this passing game, because right now it needs it. It really needs it. So I'm going to pick, of course, the Falcons to win, but total between both teams, I'm going to just sit here and just say at least 21 to 18. Right in there, Falcons win at home against the Titans. And what's going to do it is a late touchdown for the Falcons right here. So going back to last week against the Detroit Lions, and this is going to fall into this week right here. I love the aggressiveness from this Falcons team last week against the Detroit Lions. You had players flipping each other off, like, of course, like giving the bird. If, you live under a rock and don't know what that is, but still, flipping players off, hitting hard. I mean, I'm talking about like just severe hits. Only precaution I don't like about the hitting hard is this is not college no more. So stop hitting hard, because you will get your team penalized heavily for that. So forget that Alabama defense, Georgia Bulldogs defense, wherever you came from, because this is not college no more. You can't hit hard. This is the NFL, where we are protected players and their safety. So, again, I still like it, but just stop the heavy hitting, but show some aggressive attitude and know that you are that player against the opposing team. Now, offense, I want offense to be really kicking in all cylinders this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, because if not, this Zach Robinson offense is definitely going to flop right now. Yes, these are not the best players available. We didn't even have hardly none of our starters out there. So these guys right now, they know the playbook, but at the same time, they're still learning it, okay? And they're not fully committed into that offense just yet, because they could be traded out or just all out, just cut from the team. So, I mean, yes, you need to know the playbook, but at the same time, they're only getting limited selections of what's going on in that playbook. So, yes, offense definitely needs to step up this week right here. Defense definitely needs to keep the momentum going, being a top 10 defense in the National Football League when it comes to preseason stats. I like it, so definitely keep that up. Keep the aggressive attitude up, but stop hitting hard. Because if you keep hitting hard, you're going to get the team penalized, and eventually you will be benched for the rest of the season per New York, which is the NFL headquarters, aka Roger Goodell and all stockholders and shareholders. So, yeah. So, defense, keep it up. Stop hitting hard. Offense, definitely need to step things up this week against a struggling Titans defense. Run that ball more, pass more, do whatever it is, and score 3 touchdowns. Dang it. Do not rely on field goals this week. That's what's going to keep us ahead and separate it from the rest of these NFC teams this season, is by staying ahead and keeping that score just continuously going up and stopping the opposing offense from scoring, or at least hold them back to a field goal at most. So guys, what do you think? Do you think the Atlanta Falcons are capable of winning their final home preseason game today, actually, this Friday? But do you think the Falcons are capable of winning their final home game against the Tennessee Titans? Or do you think this is going to go away with the Titans dub going back to Tennessee? But guys, I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like button wherever you're listening from: iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, bellyupsports.com, and on YouTube. But until then, Stacy Morgan, will catch you all later. Peace.
Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.